I got a new addition to the family. Welcome. I got a new addition to the family. A new addition to the family. I said I have to water it every 3 weeks. I don't know the name of this plant. I've been looking online to see what the name is, but I don't know. See, I got the plant like I said I would, right? Next step is just, I got the light over there too. Next step is just, I don't know, I'll just see how my cat interacts with this plant, and that will determine what I do next. But so far, he respects the plant. He's not getting close to it or anything, which is a good thing. All right, I know. I don't know, maybe this is a vine. I have no idea. All right, well, I'm gonna put the plant back. I still gotta name the plant. I don't know, maybe it's Anastasia. Anastasia. Maybe that's the name of the plant. That's the name that just popped up. Anyway, let me just put the plant back now. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm back again. So today, I tried to go to a skate event, but that did not work out. So instead, I went to the nearest skate park, Cooper Skate Park, and I spent some time skating. You know, it just makes me think about everything again, you know. Makes me think about how all of this started and how they're just completely wrong for forcing people to have a ID, you know, one of those vax ID. Like, do they even know what that's doing to the skate community? separating us from each other. Like, who wants to be separated? Being separated like that is just, it's the most, you know, like they're destroying families, they're destroying communities, destroying the minds of everybody. They're dividing people so that there's more fear rather than love. There's more fear rather than love. Yeah. Destroying life. They're destroying life. Nobody asked for that. I did not ask for that. I did not ask for life to be destroyed. I asked for life to be beautiful, amazing. You know, I asked for life to be, you know, to include love. You know, I did not ask for division, separation, death of, you know, the beauty of life. I did not ask for those things, so why is it that I'm witnessing that? Why does it seem like everything is attacking beauty at this moment? Why does it seem like you know, I have my own indoor skate park that's in the process of coming into form. And you know, you don't have to have any facts IDs to enter, you know, but you may have to have a membership to enter, you know, but it's all gonna be set up in a way that it's gonna benefit a lot of people. And it's my idea, so, you know, it's coming in form. You know, there's a lot of skate parks out there, a lot of indoor skate parks. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what mine is gonna be about, but yeah, it's an indoor skate park. And it's gonna be something spectacular, trust me. So, you know, once you see it, you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe you created this. Yes, yes, you did. You know, who said that just because I'm discolored that I can't have such things, you know? You know, that I have this type of skin that I can't have those things. I'm rich, I'm wealthy. You know, I live in a palace. I live in a palace. I have my own indoor skate park that I could go to every morning and at any time of the day. You know, yeah, for me, my life is like an amusement park. You know, it's fun. Every moment is fun. Because, you know, who wouldn't ask for that if they lived their childhood with, you know, their father passing away and, you know, like things just, it's like a whole bunch of stuff that happened. Like, who wouldn't want to live a fun life after having dealt with all of those things, you know? Think about it. Think about how that feels like. You may not even want to feel it, you know? That's how crazy it feels. You know, people think that people do things for no reason, but there's a reason to everything that everybody does. There is a reason. Somebody may want to skateboard all the time because that's what brings them the most joy. And the reason why they feel like they gravitate towards it is because other things that they do just suck the energy out of them, and it's just like sad, you know, so you just want to do something that brings you joy. So some people might feel like they're scared of having children at the moment because of certain issues, you know, so then they are abstinent or call themselves asexual, you know, or they might be on semen retention because they just don't want to do it with the wrong person, and then their energy being drained, you know. You know, because you got to be able to have a foundation built so that you can be able to be like, okay, I know that if I have a child right now, my child will have everything that it needs, that the child needs to be healthy. You know, like if you can't even take care of yourself fully, that means you can't take care of a child. And if you're in that situation where you can't take care of yourself fully, then that means that something is not in balance. And you got to put it back into balance, because they're going to continue to treat you like collateral and like property until you do something about it, you know? You gotta make your feelings known. You gotta yell, you gotta scream sometimes, you know, to make it known, so that they could, because they're acting like a bully right now, telling you can't enter certain places if you don't have the, you know, the ID. You know, like, think about that. That's bullying. Like, who said that everybody got to take that? Like, if it's a person, right, telling you to take that, it's like, what makes them bigger than God? You know, they're not God. They are not God. They are not, you know, like, it's almost like saying that one person has jurisdiction over every world, everyone in the world. You know, and that person does not have jurisdiction. That person does not know how everyone's bodies work. You know, I eat plant-based foods. You know, why would I want to take something? Why would I want to put something in my body that is synthetic and inorganic? Why would I want to do that? Why would I even want anything in my body like that? Like, I'd rather use the natural herbs to heal things, which it has done so many times in my life, you know. You know? I don't have to be a part of that. Let me see if I can. Damn, this thing keeps on getting stuck on my hair. This is bad. Let me see. Oh, gosh, I gotta, like, go like this. Damn, that's a whole bunch of hair that just freaking got ripped off. Damn. That's fucked up. Don't laugh. I'm trimming my hair soon. Alright, what's better, down or up? What's better, down or up? I don't know, maybe down. Gosh, I really would like to make more beads, so I have to have beads everywhere. You know, because some of his hair is just like, you know, it looks kind of funny because yeah. Gosh, this shit, man, I'm like, scream. Yeah, so it's like, my body is different. I don't want any synthetic stuff in my body, inorganic stuff. You know, I'd rather be as close to nature as possible. I'd rather be living in you know, abundance. And that's where I am mentally. I'm in an abundant area, And you know, sometimes you gotta scream, you gotta yell at these fucking people because they need to be put in their place. They need to be put in their place because they're doing you wrong. They're committing genocide without even realizing it. You know, talking about all these rules that they told me. You know? You know, like, oh, you can't have anybody spend the night at your place. Oh, what does that mean if I wanted to start a family? Oh, right. So basically I'm living in a place, not a home. And not only that, but the fact that they freaking, that, you know, the system, you know, these lawyers that have, you know, that, you know, are working for the courts and stuff, taking people's homes or houses away from them and selling them in a referee sale, you know, getting a referee deed and all that stuff, all these, you know, sales that they do, selling people's homes, putting people in the streets just because the banks were committing fraud, and now the lawyers are committing fraud too, putting people in the streets, and then those people have to go around looking for public housing. You know, people don't talk about that stuff enough, about the destruction of families and developments, and how some people are living in the same place since they were thrown out of their own place that they may have owned or something, or just probably had a few $100s left to pay to own it. And the fact that there's so many people that were thrown out of their own place and used for collateral. Think about it, you know? People don't talk about that. People don't talk about the mental effects of the trauma of that. People don't talk about the trauma of going out to college and then you know, because you didn't have, you know, somebody there to really take care of you in every single moment, that you got freaking used and abused when you were away. People don't talk about that. People don't talk about the fact that some families, you know, people don't talk about the stuff that happened. And the fact that you gotta, like, really, you know, you gotta put balance into the freaking world. You know, because each person has been affected by life differently. And sometimes you could be like acting like everything's okay, but really things are not okay. Like if I'm 35 years old, right, and still haven't had children yet, there's a problem with that. And it's not because because I don't want to have children. I would like to have a big family, like 7 children or more. But, you know, because of the situation, you know, the circumstance, it's like it's way more dense to move out of. And it's like I've been working on my jewelry, my art. My jewelry, my art, and I'm going to be, I have to price everything because depending on what it is, it could take me some time to do, certain things. And, my hands can only do but so much in each and every moment. So it's like, and I'm multi-talented, so, that's time and energy. I use my hands. So if you try to use me in ways that I don't even have time for, it's like, that's like my life force, literally my life force leaving my body. And, it's, people don't talk about certain things that have to be spoken about. Bringing balance to the world. Because if I don't let my needs be known, nobody will know, right? And that's why you gotta keep on fighting. I mean, it's about, it's almost like you have to try everything. Try everything. Try everything that you could possibly try. Make art. Make stuff that people could see and can open people's minds. Like, oh, talk about separation, division, the difference between separation and division and unity. Make art. So that you could bring people together again. And people could stop forcing other people to do things that they don't want to do. Because I believe in a higher force. And the only thing that's creating any illness or disease or disorder is the fact that there is a disorder out there. When things get under your skin, quite literally under your skin, all these freaking marks in your face show up like this, these bumps. It's inflammation, meaning that your boundaries have been hijacked. So when your boundaries are hijacked, your skin actually shows signs that your boundaries have been hijacked. But when your boundaries are, sort of still, balanced, your skin looks a lot more clearer. Meaning that you get to do everything that you mostly want to do. So then you look way healthier, way stronger. Yeah, I remember when I was a teenager, all the way up to my 20s, I had eczema. But I don't have that much flare-ups anymore. I don't have eczema flare-ups as much anymore. Because my boundaries I'm not as irritated as I was around that time. But I am irritated in a different way. That's causing me to get bumps and, insane stuff, inflammation. Inflammation mostly on my face. And my face represents, you know, how I appear to others, basically. Because your face, you can't hide your face unless you wear a mask. So it's how you appear to others. So it's almost like they're making me look like worse than I really am, even though there's, you know, I have such high potential, but there's like this type of evil energy that has been following me since youth. You know? Yeah. It has been following me since youth. You know? And I could tell, like when I was in college, there was evil energy around there too. And I could tell what the evil energies are. Even when I was at church, that was evil. I'm telling you, when I was going to Bible study, that was still evil because they were judging me, calling me a coward just because I was more quiet than other people, you know? You know, they have no idea that I was just more telepathic. I was more of a telepathic type person. So I can sense people very easily. I could sense their energy. I could sense what they're thinking and all that. And that's why it's sort of, you know, like when you sense a lot of that energy, it could get to you. It could make you go insane, you know, go insane as in, you know, your mind thinking a lot because you know that other people are thinking about you. So then it's like you have to shut it off. You have to shut off that part of you, that psychic sense, because you don't want to be around that. You don't want to be around that energy. So then that energy has a way of affecting how you interact with others. Because you have, you know, you're just extra sensitive to different energies. So you have to be able to protect yourself in a different way. You know, and that way also includes physically, you know, from these things that they inject people with, or pills or medication that they give you. They've been trying to freaking hijack your beauty and your connection with source. And you gotta just let it out, you know. It's not about, you know, like you may want to go to court and all that just to freaking, you know, have justice. But even that, it's a whole process. So what are you going to do? Are you going to wait for the process to be done in a way that if you don't really even have any money to give to a lawyer to do it for you, you're going to have to do it yourself. So at that point, it's like, what can you do? You could use your voice. Your voice is more powerful than anything else at that point because it's simple. It's like I don't have to write to tell you how I feel. I could just tell you how I feel. And this will reach millions. Maybe just, you know, the amount of people that should hear this will hear this. Because Spirit will make sure of that. Yeah, so you have to let it out. You gotta make things right. You gotta put balance out there, because you're being freaking trampled on and you don't even realize it. Talk about being 35 with no children. Like, who the fuck, like, how does that even happen, right? And that's because they've been hijacking certain things for a long time. Some people don't even get to see it, don't even get to see that aspect of life. They don't get to see the human trafficking. They don't get to see the things that people are, the things that people do. Property being taken away. The different, like if you feel a certain kind of way, they want to put you in a freaking mental hospital. If you freaking do work and you go places and then you have like a freaking moment where you do something, they want to put you in jail. Like, it's like so much stuff that they be doing, and it's like, it just doesn't make sense. You're being affected in such a harsh way, and it's really because you're not speaking up enough. You're not letting things be known. People have to know. People have to know what they've done. They have to know what they've done. They have to know the fact that they are harming you. They're not benefiting you. They're not helping you. They're harming you. They're hurting you. You have to let them know that they're hurting you. They may not even really realize that they are, but they are. And if they have something, if by you bringing it up to them, and if by you bringing it up to them and they react a certain way, in a bad way, that just means that, you just have to distance yourself from that person. But anything that involves like groups of people and all that, it's like, in a way, you're affecting life. It's almost like you're turning people into, dividing people from each other. And who wants to be divided? I sure as hell do not want to be divided. I would like for me to have a choice whether I hang out with someone or not, and for them to decide whether they want to hang out with me or not some other force affecting that whole interaction. Think about all the stuff that people do, and they're just hurting you, and you don't even, and it's like people don't say enough when they're being hurt. They just think that it's okay or something, but it's not okay. It's not okay to live in the projects, to live in those filthy projects. So many people living stacked up over each other in these rooms, have not enough privacy, all of that is just it's disharmony, it's imbalance. Everyone's supposed to have their own house, and You know what it is that there's greedy people that that set it up a certain way. It's like these projects are like the battery. They're like batteries, you know? The more people are there, they're gonna try to like seduce people into going to certain places, right? To get money so that they could get out. But little do they know that those jobs can keep them stuck because, you know, certain things keep you stuck if you don't exactly go the right way. And especially if, I'm telling you, it's just a weird situation. The way they set everything up. It's like a maze. And you gotta try to get out. It's like you have to try to get out of the maze. And I just happen to be in this part of the maze. I'm in this part of the maze right now. In this area, you know. I made it to this part of the maze. And in this part of the maze, you gotta be able to have more stuff, more tools to get to the next level. You know, if I would have, there's a lot of things, about life. The fact that I'm too tired right now. Oh gosh. This part of the maze. A lot of it was just, I had to deal with the fact that I had to have more confidence of being myself, being more authentic, because, certain things that people said in my life affected my ability to be confident. But it's, that's why I had to go this route in the first place, because it allowed me to be more authentic. Because, if I would have went and tried to get a job, they would have had us wear uniforms and all that. Who wants to wear uniforms? I don't want to wear no freaking uniform. You know what I mean? I never wanted to wear those uniforms, ever. Because sometimes the uniforms are so, like, depends how they look like, Some uniforms may look interesting, others look uncomfortable, And that's a thing, some clothes is uncomfortable to me. That's why I never wear it. Or I hardly ever wear it, because it's just uncomfortable to me. So that's sort of why I wear loose clothing too. Because I have my senses are very, very strong. That's why I feel things on like a different level than a lot of people. I can feel like the energy of different things. I can feel the energy of people, the energy of freaking food, the energy of freaking those facts. You know what I mean? Those injections. Like when I was in college, I remember getting one. And that was years ago, like around 2009 or so. And thinking about it, I think that I actually got harmed by that injection because I started getting brain zaps. Like my body was making that zapping feeling, and it's like I had so much energy. It's like I was going through a Kundalini awakening at the same time as the time that I got the vaccine. And it was like I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia, so I was going to school and had insomnia. It's like I would go to sleep at I think 4 or 5, wake up at freaking 7 just to go to school. And it was like, at some point, I just couldn't take it anymore. So then I had a mental break. I had to freaking, and then when you have that situation, they want to give you medication and stuff. But you can't live your life thinking that's the only solution, because that's not the only solution. It's not that, it's the environment that's making you sick. The environment is making you sick. If there was no environment like this, I would be freaking good, because I would be in my home, surrounded by nature, having a good house, a good palace, I would live way more like at ease. So then I wouldn't be getting insomnia, because I would be excited to wake up in the morning and then knowing what to do next. This whole thing is like a jungle. It's a concrete jungle. It's a lot of wild freaking beasts out there, the corporations that want to, you got to watch out for them, because they want to slow you down. They want to slow you down to the point that either you have to pay them, or you got to go to some type of place. And then when you're in that place, it stops you from having children. So you gotta put the balance out there, because they're doing you harm. You don't even realize how much harm they're doing to you. They're doing so much harm to the point that you want to be abstinent, that you want to practice semen retention, because you're too afraid to even have children. And it's not like a bad thing to practice that, but that's just the smart thing to do if you want to preserve your energy. But it's not about preserving your energy. It's about actually procreating and living life to the fullest. That's what you're really supposed to be doing, living life to the fullest. But they're putting you in a position where you can't live life to the fullest. You're trying to, you're doing your best to live life to the fullest, but they're harming you. So you gotta freaking tell them to stop. 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 Stop forcing people to do things against their will. That's what you gotta tell them. you know? I said pertains to me. You have no jurisdiction over my body. My body. I'm practicing self-care. I'm taking care of my body. You cannot tell me what to put in my body. You better stop. You know? Like, stop trying to force me to be how you want me to be. I would like to be how I want to be, okay? And I'm a rich person. I'm a wealthy person. I'm a wealthy person. I'm a wealthy being on this planet. I was born to be wealthy, to be healthy, to be abundant, to be free. Free to explore this whole entire planet. So, you think that you could just play God and tell people what to do. But you have no idea. You have no idea what's coming for you. No idea at all. None at all. You better stop. Stop. The beings are done with you. They're done. They're done with you. So you better stop. Getting in the way of our interaction with this planet. It is not, you have no power to tell us what to do or where to go or how to be. This is my planet. This is my planet. This is my planet. I was born here for a reason. And I was not born here to freaking listen to you. So you better stop. This is your last chance to stop, or else. That's all I gotta say for now.